The bridge wasn't damaged and the driver escaped unharmed. Police are investigating but don't expect to lay any charges. Anti-whaling supporters have rallied in Melbourne calling on the Australian government to protect protesters' lives in the Southern Ocean. The captain of the anti-whaling ship involved in Wednesday's clash now says he won't let anyone join the crusade unless they're willing to die.
Sea Shepherd Captain Paul Watson says this is anti-whaling's new reality after the frightening clash between a Japanese whaling ship and protest vessel 80 Gill 5 days ago.
The question that the crew members are asked, are you willing to risk your life to save a whale? They're asked that question specifically. We won't take anybody if they give a no answer to that.
Local protesters made sure there was no confusion about their message. In Japanese it reads, "Immediately stop whaling now." The message for Australian politicians is just as direct.
They've got to get down there pronto. They have to. I mean, something really nasty is going to happen.
If this were the opposite way around, where Sea Shepherd had rammed and sunk a Japanese vessel, there would be a military presence down there immediately.
But it has been the opposite way before. The Sea Shepherd sunk 10 whaling ships since the 1980s. Crew of the destroyed 80 Gill are considering filing attempted murder charges against the Japanese.
There should be the government enforcing the law down in the Southern Ocean. It shouldn't be left up to Sea Shepherd.
Those not willing to die are pushing for diplomatic intervention fast.
Sea Shepherd supporters will now spend the week gathering signatures for 2 anti-whaling petitions, one to send to the Australian government and one for Japan.
The Japanese government says the hunts are necessary to prove whale populations have recovered enough to justify a return to commercial whaling. Jasmine Burke, 7 News.
A new video released by the Taliban shows a suicide bomber urging more attacks on the United States. Jordanian Dr. El-Balawi recorded the video before killing 7 CIA agents in a suicide bomb attack in Afghanistan 2 weeks ago. The bomber had been groomed by the US Secret Service before joining the Pakistan Taliban. The video's release coincides with the funeral of the 2 of the murdered Americans. Europe's cold snap is causing more delays and dozens of cancellations. It snowed in airports in France and Germany. In southern Poland, the icy conditions have led to widespread problems on the roads, with many drivers losing control. And Berlin's Big Chill has brought out the weird and wonderful for the 26th annual polar bear dip. And 2 million Catholics have swarmed the streets of the Philippines' capital to get close to a black statue of Jesus as part of an annual festival. The centuries-old statue is said to have special healing powers and can erase sins. 2 men died in the crush and more than 400 others were injured. Jennifer Hawkins has defended her decision to pose naked without airbrushing on the cover of Marie Claire magazine. Despite dividing opinions, the former Miss Universe defended the move and says she has no regrets.
Finally, the naked truth.
A model and former Miss Universe goes where most cover girls fear to tread.
After initially refusing to talk about those photos, Jennifer Hawkins has bared all on US television.
Yeah, it was a very big decision, but ended up making it, and I'm glad I did.
But it was a decision that divided the nation. Some are applauding the risque move. Others say she's an unrealistic poster girl for women with poor body image.
I always knew that there would be some negative and some positive because it's such a touchy subject. It's a very important subject. You know, I'm not saying you have to look like me or not look like me. I'm just saying, you know, to be confident with your own body.
Woman's Day wasn't confident enough to keep Jennifer Hawkins on their cover, replacing her at the last minute with singer Ricky Lee Coulter.
I think it's a mistake. I think Jennifer Hawkins will sell a lot more copies of Woman's Day than Ricky Lee Coulter, but that's their decision.
Later this week, Hawkins jets to Los Angeles for the annual G'day USA Gala.